I never thought a Mother's Day gift could cause a family war. But then again, I never thought I'd have to explain what being a mother really means. I've got 3 kids, all grown, all married. My daughter, Emily, just had her first baby, a little girl named Sophie. My middle son, Mark, and his wife are expecting their first. And then there's my youngest, Daniel, married to Jenny. Jenny's always been bright, energetic, the kind of woman who lights up a room, even when she's hiding something behind her smile. She's funny, too, always joking about being a dog mom. Every Christmas, her holiday cards are filled with pictures of her and Daniel's 2 golden retrievers wearing matching sweaters. She calls them my babies. I thought it was cute, harmless. A way to fill the silence that infertility leaves behind. Because Jenny can't have children. She struggled for years, through treatments, surgeries, tests. And each time it failed, she'd put on that brave, too bright smile. I admired her strength, I really did. But somewhere in me, maybe the old-fashioned part, I still believed that being a mother meant something specific. Something sacred. So when Mother's Day rolled around this year, I didn't think much of it. Everyone was doing their own thing. I wasn't expecting brunch or flowers. I just wanted to send a little something to the women who were actually celebrating. I ordered 2 gift baskets. One for Emily, filled with lavender lotions, teas, and baby-safe candles. Another for my pregnant daughter-in-law, Rachel, a mom-to-be spa set. Something thoughtful. Simple. I didn't even think of sending one to Jenny. Because, well, she wasn't a mother. Later that day, Emily posted a photo of her basket in our family group chat. Rachel sent a thank you text with a string of heart emojis. Then my phone rang. It was Jenny. "Hey, Mom," she started. Her voice was light, but there was a sharpness under it, like she was holding something in. "Hi, sweetie," I said. "How are you two?" "We're fine," she said. Then, after a pause, "So, where's my basket?" At first, I thought she was joking. I even laughed a little. "Your basket?" "Yeah," she said. "You sent one to Emily and Rachel, right? So, where's mine?" It took me a second to realize she wasn't teasing. I blinked at the phone, caught completely off guard. "Jenny," I said carefully, "Mother's Day is for mothers." "I am a mother," she said, and her voice rose. "To Max and Daisy." It took me a moment to remember, her dogs. "Jenny," I said slowly, "you're not a mother. You're a pet owner." And that was it. She exploded. Her voice went sharp, then cracked. "You have no idea what I go through. I love those dogs like they're my kids. I feed them, take care of them, worry about them. How is that not being a mother?" I tried to stay calm, but I could feel my heart pounding. "Because they're dogs, Jenny. It's not the same thing." "Wow," she said. "So you're saying I'll never be a mother? That I don't count?" "I'm saying," I started, choosing my words, "that Mother's Day is for women who—" "Don't finish that sentence," she snapped. "You've said enough." Then she hung up. For a while, I just sat there, staring at the phone. I could still hear her voice echoing in my head. Angry. Hurt. Part of me wanted to call back. To explain. But another part, the stubborn, prideful part, told me I was right. An hour later, Daniel called. "What did you say to Jenny?" he demanded. "I just told her the truth," I said. "That she's not a mother." "Mom, do you even hear yourself? She's been through hell trying to get pregnant, and you think it's funny to rub salt in that wound." I wasn't trying to hurt her. I protested. I didn't mean anything cruel. I just didn't think of her as what? As part of this family? His voice cracked. "She cried for hours, Mom. She said you made her feel like she's nothing." After that, we didn't talk for a while. The group chat went quiet. Emily stopped bringing up Jenny altogether. Rachel sent me polite but awkward texts. And I started to feel the weight of what I'd done, not because I thought I was wrong, but because of how it made everyone else feel. Still, part of me couldn't let it go. I grew up in a time when words like mother and family had boundaries. We didn't blur the lines between pets and people. We didn't redefine everything just to make everyone feel included. But late at night, I'd scroll through Jenny's social media and see her posts, her hugging her dogs, calling them her babies, writing things like Happy Mother's Day to all the moms, no matter who you're loving. And I realized those words weren't for the world. They were for herself. Weeks passed. Daniel still hadn't called. I kept telling myself to stand my ground, but each time I looked at the empty seat at Sunday dinner, it got harder. Then one evening, Emily called. "Mom," she said, "you need to know something." "What?" I asked, my heart already sinking. "Jenny's in the hospital." I froze. What happened? She had a miscarriage. The word didn't make sense at first. What do you mean? I didn't even know she was pregnant. She didn't tell anyone, Emily said quietly. She and Daniel did another round of IVF a few months ago. She didn't want to say anything until it worked. But her voice trailed off. She lost it yesterday. I don't remember much after that. Just that I was suddenly grabbing my purse, my keys, driving without thinking. The hospitals smelled like disinfectant and heartbreak. When I found her room, Daniel was there, sitting beside her bed, holding her hand. She looked small, smaller than I'd ever seen her. Pale, eyes swollen. Still trying to smile when she saw me. "Mom," Daniel said quietly. Jenny didn't look at me at first. I stood there, unsure what to say. My throat felt tight, my chest heavy. Finally, I managed, "I didn't know." "I know," she whispered. "I didn't mean to hurt you." She nodded, still not meeting my eyes. "I know that too." We sat in silence. The sound of the machines filled the room. Then, in a voice barely above a whisper, she said, "You were right, you know. I'm not a mother." "Jenny," I said, my voice cracking. "Don't say that." "But it's true," she said, turning to look at me. "I can't keep a baby. I can't be what you are. So I try to make do with what I have." Her eyes filled with tears. "Max and Daisy, they're all I've got. And I love them because they love me without expecting anything in return." I took her hand. It was cold. "Jenny," I said, "you are a mother. Not because of biology, but because of the way you love. You care. You nurture." I was wrong to say otherwise. She looked at me for a long moment. Then she just started crying. And so did I. That was the beginning of our slow repair. It didn't happen overnight. There were still awkward dinners, hesitant smiles, moments where we didn't quite know what to say to each other. But we tried. A few weeks later, Daniel called. "Jenny wants to invite you over," he said. When I arrived, she was in the backyard, sitting on the grass with Max and Daisy. There was sunlight on her face, and for a moment, I saw the woman I first met full of life, full of hope. She handed me a small box. Inside was a mug that said "World's Best Dog Grandma." I laughed, and she laughed too, and for the first time in months, it felt like we were family again. The next Mother's Day, I sent out 3 baskets. One to Emily, one to Rachel, and one to Jenny, filled with dog treats, candles, and a note that said, "For all the ways you love." When she posted the basket online, she captioned it, "Some hearts are made for loving more than one kind of child." I didn't comment. I just smiled. Because she was right. Sometimes motherhood isn't about giving birth. Sometimes it's about giving love, even when the world doesn't recognize it. And maybe that's what I needed to learn all along.